And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and I just got back from seeing Air. Yeah, not the Air we breathe. No, it's the movie about the Air Jordan shoe. That's right. It's the first movie that I've seen in the well, no, that's not the first movie I've seen in a while in the theaters. In fact, just saw the Mario movie, but this was the second movie I saw in the theaters this year. And it's about it's not just it's a sports movie, but it's really more about the business aspect behind the decision to, and the gutsiness aspect about signing Michael Jordan to Nike and getting him to sign to Nike when he was really wanting to sign with Adidas, and how they created the Air Jordan shoe and what lengths they went to get to do that, and how it eventually paid off. And, I was expecting, to like it, but maybe not super like it, but I really enjoyed this movie. So let me give some thoughts that I've got about this, fresh off the press here. One thing I'd like to say is that this movie felt very well paced. The Mario movie felt a little fast to me. It felt a little short. Not necessarily fast, but short. This movie didn't feel long or short. It didn't feel like it was very slow pace, and there was really no dead points. It felt like it was very adequate pacing for what it was. There was a lot of phone calls, there was a lot of meetings, there was a lot of maybe a few cuts of like jump cuts and whatnot, but we got to the point pretty quickly about who the characters were, what they were trying to do, and who was really pushing this. So that was good. I was really happy about the pacing. It's barely it's not even 2 hours. It's a little under 2 hours of runtime. So not a super long movie, but it's, a mid-sized length movie. And they did it really well. They used their time really well, so I like that. This movie was also funnier than I thought it was going to be. And that was a nice touch. I didn't expect this. I don't think it's really supposed to be a comedy per se, but it was really funny. I really enjoyed it. How funny it was. There were so many scenes where, like, the dialogue, it was, like, when there were a couple scenes where Sonny and the Michael Jordan's agent were talking on the phone. Those were hilarious. And there's some other hilarious scenes in the beginning of the movie when Sonny and the partner guy, I don't remember his name, he was shooting the basketball in the office. That was pretty funny. There's a lot of those, and it gave some nice. It didn't make the movie super tense, which I really enjoyed. I was expecting, there was definitely some points in the movie where it maybe got a little tense, which not necessarily the kind of movie that I think this needed to be. I can understand why they would make it tense, because it was highly, it's a big thing. This deal was such a huge thing, and they needed to make it stick, make it land. So they did it well. So, but then the scenes where they were having the funny conversations helped not make it such a tense movie. And the scenes that I felt like were going to be the more tense ones ended up being not as tense, or they weren't very long scenes, so they couldn't really inflict a lot of the tension that they maybe would have in a different movie, or if they were a little bit longer. So that was good, and I think that was a good move on their part to do that. One thing it's something that you'll pick up on as the movie goes on. Michael Jordan is referenced a bunch. There's highlights shown of him. There's real life images shown of him in the movie. There's video footage. But when, like, in the meetings, or I guess he's really only around in the meetings, but you never actually see the actor's face of Michael Jordan. The only face of Michael Jordan that you see is Michael Jordan himself in, like, pictures and videos that were put into the movie. There is an actor for him, but you never see him. He's purposely never facing the camera. You don't see his face. All you see is the back of him. You hear him speak once, and it's like one little line at the very end of the movie when they congratulate him on signing the Nike deal. That's over the phone. You don't even see him at all. So, and honestly, I'm not usually a fan of doing that. I'm would, and this is not like something that they can just come up with, and I guess it's Hollywood. They're gonna mold it to their own cool storyline. I don't know how much of this was really like straight from what actually happened versus, you know, what they manufactured in for Hollywood stuff. I assume it looked like it followed the script pretty well, from what actually happened. So, you know, I don't know if Michael actually played a big deal in this. Like, you know, that he was like, he's the guy, he's going to make the decisions and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not usually a fan, though, of just like ominously putting him there without showing his face and whatnot. But I can understand why they did that. And honestly, it worked out well. They didn't put him physically in the movie, like the actor physically in the movie, a whole lot to really where it mattered. And when they did need to put him in with the meetings and stuff, it was fine. It wasn't long enough that it really needed to play it apart or anything like that. So, a rare instance of that actually working. Good job. And then another thing you're going to notice, this movie gives off a lot of 80s nostalgia. Now, I'm almost 20 years old. Probably am already 20 when this video comes out. I was not around in the 1980s. But my parents were, and they, when they were watching the movie with me, and they definitely thought there was a lot of callbacks to stuff from the 1980s, with like the basketball footage, and the music was a big thing. They played a lot of 80s music. And contrary to the Mario movie, where it was kind of just thrown in there for no reason, it fit here, and it made it work well. The technology, the lingo, the clothes they wore, the logos, the signs, they all did it. They did a really good job of that. And I think that really helped capture the moment and capture the essence and the scenery of this movie. And the setting of this movie. It's what I'm looking for. I think that's a good way to put it. So, but overall, I really like this movie. And it's surprised. It wasn't necessarily a surprise. I had a feeling it was going to be a pretty good movie. Being a sports guy, sports watcher at least. I liked it, so that was good. My final score for Air, probably have to give it a 9 out of 10. That was a good movie. It wasn't anything extraordinary, like on the edge of your seat kind of thing, but being like a historical movie, did a really good job. So that's going to do it, though, for this review of Air. I'm going to try to get this up around the time I actually went and saw the movie. So, so I'd like to know your thoughts about it, though, in the comment section down below. Have you seen this movie? If you know the real events that happened with this signing and everything that went to it, I'd love to know how accurate you think it is. Also talk about that in the comment section down below. And that's again going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for much more amazing content. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.